Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, today we have perhaps the unlikeliest Olympic Omega Speedmaster that I think they've ever made. Speedy heads or Omega collectors in general know there's quite literally dozens upon dozens of different varieties of the Speedmaster. So many, some of which are just completely unrecognizable from the classic professionals of years gone past. One of the most unique ones is the Mark II, which is considered a very unique case shape, as you can see here. Completely different from really any other Speedmaster like it. And they've been making this ever since 1969, off and on. So actually the same year that the Speedmaster Professional went to the moon, they actually designed a completely different case to sort of complement it. Now, it definitely has not been as popular as the most traditional Speedmasters. As such, I don't believe it's been consistently in production ever since then. But every once in a while, they bring out some new ones. And frankly, I think they look awesome. I don't know if this would be the one Speedmaster or the one chronograph I own. But if you're really into that classic 70s sort of late mid-century shape, this has definitely got it. Sort of a tonneau type of shape, definitely more cushion shape. And what's really unique about the Mark II is that the bezel is sort of inside the case underneath the crystal. So I think that's sort of the one thing, in addition to the shape of the case, that makes this a very unique example in the Speedmaster line. Now, what makes this particular piece unique is this is actually, I believe, the only Olympic edition Mark II that they released. And this one was released to the 2016 games in Rio. Again, this is not one that looks anything like not only any of the other Olympic Speedies or Seamasters that they've made, but also not really one that captures the spirit of Rio de Janeiro, if I do say so myself. This has definitely more of a sort of a European type of shape, as well as the fact that it's all dark colors. Almost every other Rio edition Seamaster, at least that they introduced, was very brightly colored, and even the black Seamasters had like a colored bezel and such. This one, the colors you actually get are going to be on the borders of the subdial registers, and there are actually three different types of gold. If you're wondering why they all look kind of different, we have a white, a rose, and a yellow gold ring around each of these. I believe this is the first time I've ever seen Omega do something like this, where they incorporate three different types of gold in the dial. This is an all steel case and bracelet, as you can see. But it is interesting that you sort of have, you know, I guess sort of the bronze, the silver, and the gold. I guess rose gold is sort of taking the place of bronze there in this color. So this is what sort of makes it an Olympic edition Mark II. And again, the first one I believe they have made. And if you're a big fan of this case, this one is awesome. Another trademark of the Mark II is you're going to have sort of this checkered flag type of pattern around the outside of it. So this is another thing that, while I don't associate the Mark II case with the Olympic Games, this is one that definitely keeps with the sort of track and field motif of a lot of these Olympic Speedies. The bracelet on this one is very interesting. It is, I think, pretty unique and not one that I can really think of what other model it's been a part of. This almost seems like a mix between the professional bracelet and the sort of high polished center links that you'll find on the Aquaterra divers. So again, a very unique case, unlike anything, particularly on a Speedy, that I think I've seen before. And another thing that makes this such a unique offering in the Omega line. And then finally, to take a look at the back, no exhibition case back here. We do have the logo of the 2016 Rio Games as well as the Olympic rings underneath it. I do think that I don't know of a lot of specifically Olympic Omega collectors, although if you were looking to get one for a whole set, either the complete set of the Rio Games or just one for every games that Omega has sponsored since then, this would be a fantastic choice. And they always do have this sort of case back with the logo on them. A very unique Speedy, a really special case. Definitely not for everyone, but again, if you're looking for, the Mark II is almost, it's such an outlier in the Omega design, especially as far as other Speedmasters. It's almost like you're getting a watch from a completely different brand, at least aesthetically, but of course you have all of the same quality of movements with that co-axial escapement that you're going to get with this one. So especially at this price point, it is going to be one of, if not the best made chronograph you can get for this money. So this, whether you want something really unique or just a regular old moon watch or a Speedy Professional or something much more traditional, we've got all of those Omegas as well as a ton of other brands too. So if you just stumbled upon this video and haven't checked out the site, let me tell you, that's where you need to go next. Check us out at www.SwissWatchExpo.com.